What's up, guys? This is Kephas. ...2020, for me, was a pretty good year for gaming overall. But there wasn't a lot of new stuff. There were, Animal Crossing came out. Okay, I'm trying to think. 2020, I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which I actually thought was really good. Really enjoyed that one. And then Animal Crossing came out. And then my wife got into that. And then my wife got into Overwatch. And we played tons of Overwatch. And it was awesome. And then they released Shadowlands late that year. And that was awesome. And I played a lot of old games in between last year. It was kind of there were some really good games. But overall, it was kind of alright, not a bad year. Had some good stuff here and there. Replayed a couple old games, a lot of fun revisits to older games, kind of scratching off my list of games that I want to finish. So not bad at all. But this year, is hold my beer, because there's so much now. There are so many crazy games coming out that it just blows my mind, and I cannot wait to experience all these games. So, did we actually do the quest? I think we did. We can actually leave now. Okay, cool. So I'm really excited about it, I couldn't be happier. And so what's going to happen is, so here's what my plans are for Burning Crusade. I think what I want to do is, like I said, I want to take a break from Classic for a while. I'll probably come back to it because I still, maybe, I don't know, maybe I don't need to. It depends on what Burning Crusade does. I'm sure I want to keep characters here because I want to keep that door open. Because, I'm glad that it's always going to be here. But I'm going to dive head into Burning Crusade like I did Classic, and I think it'll actually, I'll be more into it because it'll be more what I got into WoW with. And, getting to actually getting into the raids as they were at the time. Because that was when I started to really get into, by the end of Burning Crusade was when I really started to get into, the raiding. So by the time Burning Crusade gets out, Shadowlands will kind of be out for a while. It'll be whatever. My guides will be all done. And then, with Burning Crusade coming out, I'll have a chance to make even more guides. So that's going to be cool. I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do it. Because, it's going to be even harder than Classic. Because in Burning Crusade, the level cap is even higher. And there weren't any new classes added, but there will just be a lot to get to. But I would like to make rotation guides and maybe macros for Burning Crusade. And I don't remember how different it was from Classic, but it'll still be cool. And that's one of the nice things that's about. Sorry, words. One of the nice things about these old versions of the game is that they have modern mods. Which are way better than the mods I was using back then. Especially because, not so much that the mods were bad back then, but just that, I've got a more confined, set of mods, and my skills at but using mods and knowing what I need is a lot more refined now. I know what I'm looking for, and I can kind of, help other people out with macros and stuff like that as well. So, and I think, if I remember right, Burning Crusade was the macro expansion. So, you could literally do a straightforward rotation, and it worked in Burning Crusade. I think even Wrath, I think, was like that as well. A lot of the classes, I remember, I think even my Warrior, I had a scroll wheel macro. I know for my Hunter I did. I remember it, and it worked perfectly because it was a straightforward rotation. And honestly, I kind of miss those because, WoW for me, a lot of it isn't so much the rotations themselves that engage me, because it's not like a game where there's skill for sure, okay, because there are people that are way better than me at any class, and in fact a lot of what I use macros for is to help with a lot of that stuff, but it's not the same sort of satisfaction I get out of combat that I would get from, say, Dark Souls, or an action game, or even a game like Diablo, which is more fast-paced. WoW's a lot slower, and it just the combat in WoW, believe it or not, is as good, as fun as it is. It's not so much changing up the rotation that gets me. You know, it's pulling the right amount of mobs, and you know, making sure that my abilities are being used, you know, as good as I can. But like, to me, you know, the priority system is not any better than the old system. And that's probably a very unpopular opinion, but I'm actually looking forward to going back to the simpler, more straightforward system. Partially because I can macro it easier, and partially because like I don't care enough about combat in this game. Oddly enough, you know, it's just not something that, you know, because it's a tab targeting kind of, you know, simplistic, you know, form of RPG, which I don't hate it. It's, when I say simplistic, I don't mean like it's easy. I just mean that it's, you know, it's older. And, you know, I don't mind straightforward rotations. So, like, I'm actually looking forward to going back to that. Because I think rotations will... Because in Classic, they're pretty... bleh, like, you know... But I think in Burning Crusade, the rotations will be better, but they'll still be old school. So I'm looking forward to, like, getting to experience that again. You know, and so, like, there's just a lot to it, and a lot I'm trying to figure out in terms of, you know, what will I be able to... Like, how far can I push it? How many guides can I get out? How long is it going to take? But the good news is, like I said, by that point, you know, WoW retail will be pretty much done in terms of guides. I don't think there will be any major changes at all for the whole expansion, really. You know, and then we'll go from there. So, like that, and you know, we'll move into Burning Crusade. So, like, I'm definitely looking forward to that. So, what will probably happen is once Burning Crusade gets here, however far I am on this series, which wow, I'm only like level 32 and I'm slow as molasses. You know, these videos, you know, for what it's worth, because of how WoW is and how I play it, like, these videos are always just a fun way to just chit chat to me. Like, it's because WoW's fun to play. It's something that you don't have to like fully engage with, but it's always fun just to play it and kind of chit chat. So that's kind of like what I'm thinking. Like, I don't really mind, you know, stepping away and moving into Burning Crusade. And so what I'll probably do is either level up Kephas, Blood Elf, from the start to max and see how that goes, or maybe I will, you know, level up a warrior or a hunter or something, and maybe just kind of start over again. And, you know, we'll leave this guy here. Maybe we'll level him, or maybe I'll save him for later if we want to revisit Classic again. I don't know. So that's kind of my idea, and you know, I'm sure there are probably other ways I could do it. It's not that WoW is, you know, it's not necessarily boring. I mean, it's not boring at all. I actually like it, and sometimes it's, ooh, I'm hurting. Sometimes it's fun to watch, you know, sometimes I'll watch streamers do stuff, but like, it's such a chill game that it's just like a game that's fun to just, you know, just hop on and chit chat for a while, and, you know, share thoughts and ideas, and maybe get some thoughts and ideas thrown back at you, and then, you know, you kind of go from there. That's kind of like how I like to do these videos, and, you know, and I do appreciate that people actually tune in. I mean, you know, it does mean a lot that, you know, even if it's just a dozen, like, you know, a dozen people tune in and want to hear what I have to say. I really appreciate that. You know, it's whatever. You know, just like to have fun with games, man. So, and it's been fun with Classic. I've gotten a lot of good feedback about, like, you know, I've done a lot of, you know, visual impairment questions, just because, like, this series is so long and it's so grindy, that, you know, I just think of just different things to talk about. And I do appreciate that, like, you know, I've been able to use the opportunity to just kind of share some different, you know, aspects of being visually impaired. And I've gotten a lot of good feedback about that kind of stuff. So I'm glad. I'm glad that people, you know, they find that interesting, and I'm happy to share as much as I can. I've even had a couple of requests, even more requests, on top of what I've already had. So I'm glad that there has been some engagement with that. And so, you know, thank you guys so much, as always, you know, for just, you know, being a part of this. So, yeah, I mean, we're still going here. We've got 49%. It's hard for me to see. I apologize. 49%. You know, we're just. I mean, it's, you know, and right now I'll just say this: feel free to give me any suggestions. If there's a better place that I could be going, if there's something better that I could be doing, feel free to let me know. I'm seriously considering going and, like, seeing how much the pages are, the Stranglethorn pages, so I can turn that quest in. Just to get a big boost to XP, but at the same time, if I'm going to be grinding here, I might as well just keep grinding. What's funny is I've been grinding here for a long time, and I've only gotten like 3 pages, which I think is really funny. But we can still get this leather, and it actually sells for a decent amount too. So that's not so bad either. But let's see, we can go turn this quest in, this raptor quest. Maybe I can. I don't know, man. I don't like going for orange quests. They kind of make me nervous because that's when I get killed. I like to try to stay around the yellow-ish area. It feels a little bit safer, taking on one at a time. Let's go over here, though, and turn in Hemet Nessingwary quest. 1350. Hemet Nessingwary wants you to kill 10 lashtail raptors. Okay, so I know where the lashtails are. They're down that way. And they're also a orange quest. Okay, so those are, see, that's what's tricky. Those are higher level. The panthers are even higher than that. And there's really no other quests. There's that darn venom fern extract, which I didn't get, which is kind of hard to get. So that's whatever. But hey, we made it to 52%. So you know what we're going to do now? I have an idea. We are going to make our way down. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and kill some more. Maybe I'll go see what the raptors are, and then we'll maybe we'll make a death run episode. The death run to Booty Bay finally is going to happen. So I'm pretty sure I will probably die, but hey, it'll be a fun nostalgic trip because I remember making, I forget which character I did it on, but there was a character where I made that trip. I made it up Booty Bay as a horde from Ratchet as a low level, and I forget what I did it for. I think I wanted to get a bear pet or something like that, and so I went up to Elwyn Forest. So it was a long, painful trip for sure. So, but you know, sometimes you do crazy things, man. What can I say? All right, we're good. Our Voidwalker's doing just fine handling both these guys. We'll kill this one, no sweat. I have to say, having Siphon Life has been a massive benefit to my health, for sure. Keeping me alive longer. I don't really ever have to plop down that much, which is kind of nice. And you know, as slow as it is, it's pretty easy. So that's kind of the good thing. It's slow, but it's simple. So I'm sure there might be faster ways, but probably a lot of those involve getting a group together, making friends, you know, that kind of stuff. Which I don't, you know, there's so many games, it's hard. It's one of the biggest things nowadays is that since I don't exclusively play WoW as much as I used to, there's a lot of other games that draw my attention. I don't really hang out a lot with people anymore, you know, and so that's one of the downsides to not playing all the time or not exclusively playing WoW is that. So and that's, you know, I think that's why there are a lot of people that are WoW specific gamers. They don't really play anything else because WoW, one, it can take up a lot of your time, but two, because like a lot of times you'll make friends, and that's, you want to keep up and you want to hang out. So I think it's a big part to why for the longest time WoW was the only game I played, was because I had people that I would hang out with. So that's not a bad thing at all. All right, so we got raptors. I don't want to be careful. Wait, yeah, I want to be careful going down there. Here, let's take out this guy. I do hope that in Burning Crusade that the range on nameplates is much bigger, because one of the things that I wish I could change in Classic is the small range to nameplates. It would be much easier for me if I could see those from further away. But at least in Burning Crusade, all the really difficult mobs will be, you know, scary and loud and shake the screen like the Fell Reaver. You know what's interesting though about Burning Crusade is that like the content that we're going to experience will be okay. Yeah, see how these are orange. I don't know about this, man. Okay, that one's not orange. That one's yellow. But yeah, the content for Burning Crusade is all content that we can technically experience now. We can't experience it like we will be able to in Burning Crusade, where we will be at level and it will be like old school WoW, which is really what it's all about. But the actual content, unlike Classic, where they revamped the world with Cataclysm, the content in Burning Crusade is pretty much untouched. You can still go to, like, you can go there and do all the stuff that we are going to be doing. You can go back and see it still. But what will be different, and what has me even more intrigued, is the just the different way the game is played. The old talent trees, the old spells, all that kind of stuff. That's what really, and then of course having that content be the end game, be the content that actually matters. That'll all be cool, and I think that's what makes it worth it. But it's just really interesting that you know, it is content that you can kind of see now. In a lot of ways, you could maybe go prepare, learn the routes, learn, you know, different things about the areas. Maybe through playing retail. I don't know for sure. Maybe it's different now. Maybe it's too different. But that's one thing. Ooh, 35. Yikes. That is one thing that you could do. Kind of funny, actually. But and I don't know if I don't know how. See, he's resisting everything I throw at him. Okay. Can we get Siphon Life on there? Okay, good. All right, Voidwalker's doing okay. I actually think if I can manage to only grab one of these things at a time, it's treacherous as they are, I think I can do this. I might have to plop down a little bit more often, but do you get more experience? Not really. I think I was getting like 410, maybe 420 on the other ones, and these ones you get like 475. So see, it's not really worth doing, like, fighting harder enemies a lot of times. You get like a little bit more experience, and I'm sure that experience adds up, but for the time it takes to kill them and just the stress, I guess, and having to heal up and all that kind of stuff, maybe it's not really worth it. Okay, see, down there, see, we're getting into, this is where Stranglethorn is very Stranglethorny. This is where it's like, I don't like it. The level range is, wow, Murloc. The level range is so crazy big that, like, you, here we go, 34. You'll do some quests, and then you can't do anymore because it's just, like, it's way too hard now. So, like, a lot of times, like, what you'll do is you'll do some, and then you leave, and then you come back. Of course, I'm only 32, and I think this goes to 45, which is wild. But like I said, I'm thinking maybe I could make a trip over to Kalimdor, maybe go to Thousand Needles. But that's going to be a long run. I don't have a mount yet. I'm not even close to unlocking my mount. So I don't even know if it's worth it. So, again, you know, always down for advice from you guys. Let me know where you think I should go. But otherwise, we're going to keep hanging out here for a little bit longer. Next episode, I think we're going to make a death run, maybe down the Booty Bay, and then we'll fly back up or something and go from there. But yeah, you know what? Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a lot of fun. I will see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know by clicking that like button. And feel free to share it with your friends so they can enjoy it as well. And if you'd like to see more videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified as soon as new videos are posted. You can also follow me on Facebook, and if you'd like, you can support my work on Patreon. Links to all that stuff can be found in the description below. This is Kephas. Until next time.